So hello, my friends, and welcome to week 24 of the Regular Size Man podcast.
34.
What did I say?
34. Not week 24.
Did I say 24?
You said 24. We're definitely in 34.
All right, let me have another sip of coffee before we start this.
Okay. Well, actually, you know what Brian said to me? Brian said that he goes, I've only been away for like 2 months, not a lot of episodes. And I was like, you definitely haven't been gone for 2 months. It's definitely been a lot longer than 2 months.
Yeah, didn't he leave? Brian left at like episode 8?
6, all right.
6, maybe.
6. and he goes, what are you up to? And I was like, 34. And he goes, yeah, okay. He gravely mistook that.
Yeah, look, I think it was, yeah.
I reckon it was, probably.
Maybe, I think after like episode 8, maybe.
Yeah, probably somewhere around there.
Yeah, anyway, we've made almost 30 episodes since Brian's left.
Yeah, and he still thinks it's not a lot.
It's half a year, Brian, that he's been gone, but he still thinks it's only been a couple of months.
Yeah.
His life's moving too quickly.
I think so, yeah.
Anyway, let's just roll the intro music. So hello, Jacob. Week 34. How are you doing this week?
Hello, Samuel. I am doing very well. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I have been productive this week.
Mm-hmm. That's a change.
Yeah, no, like I've always been.
No, that's not true. You're way more productive. I do nothing.
I mean, I'm always productive, but for the last few weeks, I think I've been like being productive to set things up. Like this week, I finally fixed my streaming setup. It's been in the process of trying to work out how to stream off 2 PCs because I kept having issues with every setup I tried. And so for the first time in 3-4 weeks, I finally got it working and I was able to start streaming again.
Hip hip hooray.
Yes, very happy. And so a lot of the things that I've been doing, which is like trying to fix errors or stuff, they're starting to kind of fall into place, if that makes sense. So
Coming to fruition.
Yeah. So now I'm like, I'm able to produce more videos and stream more and do all those other things that I've been setting up to do. Like it's starting to happen. And so I feel a lot more productive and a lot more accomplished because I'm doing things now, if that makes sense.
Yeah, congrats, dude.
That's
awesome.
Thank you. We also I'm also going to start uploading to my second channel about movies and TV shows. So if you guys want to go check that out, Storyfy Games on YouTube, of course, we're still going to be doing the podcast and stuff. But I'm also going to be doing these other things too. And I just about to put out a video on Titan Season 2, which I kind of went on a bit of a tangent similar to last week's episode.
Yeah, so if you did miss last week's episode, we did talk about Titan Season 2, and it's awesome. So please go check that one out. But yeah, Sam did also elaborate on some different points. He showed me his video before anyone else seen it, so it's a little bit of an exclusive for me. But please go check it out. It's actually really good.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. What about you? Okay. What are you?
I binged Sex Education. I'm not finished. I'm halfway through season 2. I learned a lot. Actually, no, I did. I actually did learn quite a bit. Actually,
oh, really?
Yeah, there was a lot of things that I'm opened up to, and I'm like, oh, that's really interesting.
That's what she said.
It's a sensational show, man. It's actually so good, man. Everyone has to see it. It's genuine, especially if you're our age, 20 and stuff. It is amazing. It's such a good show.
Well, the reason I was gonna watch it is because our friend Nick, I saw a meme that came up on Instagram about it, and about 5 minutes earlier, he told me that he'd watched the whole season 2, and I showed him the meme, and he thought it was funny, and basically I was like, well, he understands this meme, and he thinks it's funny, so now I have to watch the entire show, so I understand this meme, and it was kind of like a FOMO thing, and that's why I'm also watching You at the moment, the TV show, not you personally. Yeah. Well, I'm also doing that, but that's a different story.
It's a teamwork.
Anyway, I'm watching that show because of the same thing. When that new season came out, everybody just loves Netflix shows, I've discovered, and Netflix shows are the talk of the talk.
They're good. In all seriousness, a lot of them are quite good.
Yeah, even new HBO shows. I think last week we were looking at what movies and stuff we're going to see this year, what TV shows we're going to watch. Yeah. And there was a couple new HBO shows that came out that looked awesome. They looked really good.
They look really good.
But nobody's talking about them. And which means that if we have the option to decide to talk about the TV show that's, a million people are talking about, or the TV show that 1,000 people are talking about, if we have time for both, we'll do both.
Of course. We're definitely more inclined to do the million one.
Yeah, obviously it's a niche to go to the 1,000 one. But at the same time, I think we have potential to reach more than 1,000 people. I am confident.
I'm quite confident as well.
And I think my ego would love to see that as well. But yeah, anyway, moving on to the first topic of the show. The Super Bowl happened yesterday.
Sensational game, by the way.
Great. It was a very good game. Yeah. And as a Chiefs fan, as of February 3rd, 2020, I'm so happy my team won, man. It's just a great win for the team.
See, anybody in America that listens to that thinks that it happened on the 2nd for them. So it just seems like you literally took a day. But yeah.
It took me a day to process how much I love the team.
I'm glad. Yeah, I mean,
Funnily enough,
it took a Super Bowl win for you to be like, I do really, really love this team.
Funnily enough, I do actually have a 49ers jersey.
I have a 49ers t-shirt that I bought 2 days before the Super Bowl.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did.
Well, you brought the wrong t-shirt.
I did, apparently.
No, because my uncle went to America, like, this is probably like 5 years ago at least, and he's like, do you want an NFL jersey? I was like, yeah. And he goes, who do you want? And so I had like Madden like 2010. I went up there and I randomly selected the team. And 49ers came up. So then I have a Kaepernick jersey. A bit controversial, but I have a Kaepernick jersey in my closet.
Okay, interesting.
And it still fits. So I was going to wear it yesterday, but they lost.
Yeah,
so it's hiding in the closet still.
Yeah.
But anyway.
don't pull that one out anytime soon, please.
Yeah, no, they lost. We're not talking about them.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But look, it wasn't just the game that everybody got hyped for.
It was the trailers.
It was the trailers. It was everything to do with the
Super Bowl
trailers.
commercials, I have found myself going down like a loop where I basically will watch Super Bowl commercials from previous years if I ever get a little bored and go down that rabbit hole on YouTube.
Did you watch the Jason Momoa one from this year?
No.
It's quite funny. Have you heard what happens?
No.
Well, you know how he's this big buff dude with the gorgeous locks and stuff. So it's like him. He gets back home and he's talking about how comfortable he is in his own skin, and he takes off the massive suit and he's this thin man and balding.
What?
It's hilarious. You need to watch it.
What
I don't know what
it for.
I don't know what it's for. I don't know.
Right.
I haven't seen bits and pieces of it. I haven't seen the actual thing. But you got to watch, dude. It's so fun.
All right. Well, anyway, speaking on the topics, there was a bunch of movies and TV show trailers which came out, and we were going to talk about some today, purely for the clickbait, because we have a more exciting topic later.
We do have a very exciting topic
which
later.
we won't spoil yet. We're going to let you wait. Actually, no, we'll build the suspense.
Okay, yeah.
We posed the question, if we could change the end of any movie, what would it be and why? So you can think about your answer right then and let us know down below in the comments or on our social media.
Any way you want.
But to get a clickbait out of the way, we actually do want to discuss these trailers.
We do.
As well.
No, we do really want to discuss. Not all of them.
Not all of them.
Some of them.
So the ones that we didn't want to talk about, or the ones that not even that, the ones that didn't really present anything new, we didn't think were worth talking about, but they still had a commercial with Top Gun,
Correct.
Maverick, SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run. No, we found out Snoop Dogg's in it. That's about it.
Did I miss that?
Yeah, Snoop Dogg's in it now.
I'm gonna watch the
Snoop
movie.
Dogg and Keanu Reeves.
I'm now gonna watch the movie.
Movie of the year. The Invisible Man, Mulan, and Black Widow all had trailers. They look cool. Don't get me wrong. They all look really good.
Yeah.
But there's nothing really new from trailers that we've seen in the past, and we're not going to waste your time on that.
Not particularly, no.
But
No, that's. No, like it's true, but it's not true. Like the Invisible Man, I think was that a teaser?
Yeah, it was teaser.
Mulan was the only full trailer.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mulan was the only full trailer, but like I don't really care about it anymore.
Mushu's
not in it, man. It's not,
I know.
I'm not about it anymore.
I'm just getting sick of Disney like making $1 billion every time they make a remake of a movie that, you know, like Scorsese called out Marvel, but he really should just be calling out Disney at this point, because they just keep making movies.
That's very true.
They just keep making the same movies every 10 years, but like a live action. And next thing they know, the next one's gonna be fucking VR or something. Or
but look, I know, I get that, but like I don't mind that.
I don't mind.
Like I don't really like just stop. At a certain point, who cares if they're the ones earning the money out of it? You know what I mean? Like if it's good and enjoyable to watch in live action, it's good and enjoyable to watch in live action.
My only thing against that is that at times it might discourage a lot of people from making good independent films.
Oh, I agree with that.
Aren't established.
No,
you know what I mean? Like
if
I was an actor, for instance, and I was trying to go Hollywood,
yes,
my number one goal would be to get into Disney. Like a Disney role, because I know that movie is going to generate $1 billion.
Yeah,
and
you're more than likely going to shoot off from that if you're even average.
Yeah, exactly.
$1 billion. Yeah, I know. I agree with that.
Except the guy from Aladdin, he hasn't got a role yet again.
Yeah, still don't know how he's not bad. I
haven't heard anything.
He's not bad, but he's not great.
But anyway, everybody knows him. And the
100%.
fact that he hasn't gotten the role was big news.
Yeah.
And so I feel like if you get into a Disney role, it kind of helps. But so it can deter people from making good independent films because they don't make as much money.
Oh, I definitely agree with you.
Yeah. But at the same time, I mean, fun for the whole family, so it's whatever. Anyways, Speaking of
I just wanted a
fun
massive
for the whole
tangent for
family,
no reason.
I know. Speaking of fun for the whole family, Fast and Furious 9.
All about the family, really.
They actually have the word. They applied for the trademark of the word family.
I did hear that. I think they got it as well. It's not even when it says F9, it's just Family 9. It's not. It's got nothing to do with. It has nothing to do with Fast or Furious. It's just Family 9. My God, man, I haven't seen a single one of those movies. I've seen Tokyo Drift and that's it. And I still know that this is just everything is about family. Just give up, man. You're beating a dead horse. It's done. It's done.
Well, I was a long time Fast and Furious fan. I loved the first one. Like, I have the first one on DVD and I loved it. And I just miss when the movie was just about stealing CDs and DVD players and just street racing.
Yeah.
And then Tokyo Drift was also awesome because it actually was like drifting. It was still like street racing and stuff. But now they're saving the entire fucking world. And I don't really know where we went from one to the other.
But we're
here now.
They did. I haven't seen any of them, but I feel like there would have been a massive jump from one to another.
It was like, when The Rock joined. It went to like a big thing. And then...
But how do you... I mean, you can't be stealing CD and DVD players now. Now you got to be stealing like Netflix subscriptions or Spotify premium subscriptions or something like that. You can't really... No one gives a fuck if you...
They sell Fortnite accounts to 12-year-old
kids. That's what it is. That's what it is.
But no, it's definitely different. The trailer features, like, we're gonna go into the trailer, so it's not spoilers because it's a fucking trailer, but it features Dom's brother. So speaking of family, Dom now has a brother that nobody ever knew about for 9 movies. For 8 movies.
Just fill me in for a second. What other family members has Dom met that he didn't know about or knew about that have become evil? Or is this the first one?
First one. So in previous movies, Deckard Shaw, he was a bad guy for a movie. Yeah. Then his brother was also in it.
Of course, because family.
Yeah, his mum was also in it.
La Familia, yep.
Oh, dude, I'm forgetting. There's some of these movies.
Who's Charlize Theron's character? Isn't she related?
No, I don't think so.
Doesn't she have a kid with one of them?
No, that was Dom. He had a kid with Elsa. Chris Hemsworth's wife's character.
Elsa Pataski.
After Dom thought Letty died, but she turned out to be alive and just brainwashed.
This is just...
But see, the problem for me with Fast and Furious...
Why is there brainwashing in a car movie?
Dude, it's not a car movie anymore. This is the point. The thing was with Fast and Furious, number 5 to 8, they all just kind of blended in. The only thing I specifically remember is Fast and Furious 7, I cried because of Paul Walker's tribute.
That's fair.
But then other than that, 5 to 8, is just kind of the same movie, and I don't really remember what happens in anything. No, it's just the same thing. Okay. Like, it's just the same thing that happens in every movie. So they've kind of all just become the same movie to me, and I don't remember what happens in any of them for that reason.
Yeah, okay.
But this one, like, they brought back Han for this one, which fucking annoys me. Well, it doesn't annoy me. I'm happy he's back, but at the same time, in my childhood, when he died in Tokyo Drift, I've cried every time I've watched it. And now they're like, oh, fuck, we tricked you all. Here's Han.
Well, it kind of makes sense.
Why?
He's dead. Of course they're going to bring him back. You watch Fast 10.
This is not Marvel.
Fast 10 will be bringing back every single character they've ever killed off. Even side characters or pointless characters with no face. They'll all come back, and it'll be an army of the undead having to race against Dom in hell. That's my pitch for Fast 10.
It's a crossover between Marvel's Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
But no, it's... The thing with Fast and Furious, it's always a cliche storyline. There's always like this, they're like racing it, like Fast and Furious 8, for example. They race at the start of the movie, and then...
I've seen that. That's all I've seen.
And then there's like, Dom gives an IOU to somebody, and then some character comes out of nowhere and threatens them.
That's right, and they think that Dom's evil, but he has to do this thing with Charlize Theron's character.
Yeah, so one of like the main characters turns.
That's right. It's just weird, man.
So one of the main characters turns, and they have like... a bit of a falling out, and then they all have this elaborate plan to fix everything, and the people that owe Dom, like, or owe the main character, is helping them with this plan, even though there's no form of, like, there's no way that they could have communicated, and then that all comes to plan fruition. But now in this one, basically, Dom's brother is out to kill him for some reason that I couldn't figure out in the trailer.
Is it supposed to be a secret? I don't know.
We'll figure it out. I don't know how Han's alive. I'm really got a lot of questions. I don't know how in the trailer they like fly off the cliff and somehow the car miraculously hooks to the edge of the bridge and they swing like the Hot Wheels movie, as you were saying.
There is a Hot Wheels movie that I've seen when I was 10 with my brother, and I don't know what it's called. I could pick it out for you if you showed me it, but Something like
That's the
that
exact same
happens.
scene.
No, the car somehow has like an ice pick, and it like shoots it up into the ice wall, and it drives up the ice wall.
I remember this movie.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
And then they get like shovels and they move the snow.
Yep.
Yeah, that's this movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
A Hot Wheels animated movie is now.
Well,
Fast
now the
Furious
cars
now.
have NOS and like they just flying and make like it's just like every movie was far. Like when they jumped a car from one building to another in Dubai in the seventh
I think
one.
that's somewhat realistic.
Like, that's
I could kind of get around that.
It's kind of like fuck off, like
Because I expect it now. I haven't watched any of them. I could expect it now to be like, this is somewhat realistic. Like, I'm not expecting to be like realistic, but I expect them to be like, within the realm of like, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
but I
kinda
feel like
fucked,
what
but-
they did in this trailer was just too far for Fast and Furious standards. That was
They should have just brought back Han Solo, and that would have made more sense. That would have made more sense in this movie.
I like Han. Leave him be.
Okay.
But no, this trailer. Well, I'm gonna go see it because I just like to watch every Fast and Furious movie because I have some form of glimmering hope that it turns and it's somewhat enjoyable as like the earlier ones.
I'm actually going to watch this movie because it's an action movie and no longer a racing movie.
Yeah, but I want it to be a racing movie.
Yeah,
This is my problem.
I know you do.
Anyway,
It's just,
I'm gonna move on.
also, actually, one more thing. Do they only wear tank tops? In all seriousness, I've only ever seen Vin Diesel in a tank top in this movie.
it's a white singlet. It's like a white
I
undershirt.
don't think he
singlet.
wears anything else.
Dude, I think we've just talked about Fast and Furious for like
Serious,
7
man.
minutes.
Yeah,
so
okay.
let's just move on.
No, you're right.
No Time to Die, also another action movie.
Yeah,
They
this was a
featured
30
little it was
sorry,
a
you go.
40-second short.
Sorry, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it did feature more. It showed a bit more of.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It showed like a little bit more of the first trailer, like the swinging under the bridge, but also
Yeah.
featured like the private jets and like underwater. I think
Just
that
like
was in.
like it showed like some, not the gadgets as such, but like some of the stuff that's
More
going to be
action.
involved, and it was like, this is really interesting.
Yeah, it looked really interesting. It looked really
Yeah.
cool. I love James Bond. I know
Same.
you haven't seen any.
I bet I love it too.
Yeah, I already love
I
it. I
already
haven't
know,
seen
I
it.
already love it.
But I think before we go that, we're gonna watch the James Bond, the
It's all on
saga.
Stan, so I
Yeah,
think
the
I
whole
might.
the whole Daniel Craig saga. I think will be
At
watched.
least the Daniel Craig. So I think
Well,
I'd like to go back a little bit more.
Yeah, no,
not too far, but
Daniel
a little bit.
Craig isn't the best James Bond. I don't think.
No, I have not heard. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
heard similar.
But
reactions.
in saying that, I still want to watch the Daniel Craig saga, and I think we'll do that, and we can talk about it on the podcast maybe in a future episode if you guys want to see it.
yeah,
Next,
maybe the week before the movie comes out.
that'd be good.
Yeah.
Next, Minions: The Rise of Gru. Now, I didn't know they were still making Minions movies.
No, I thought they were done.
But they are. So basically, it's the story about Gru's childhood, and
It's how the minions meet Gru
yeah.
and kind of the beginnings of Gru.
And don't get me
Right.
wrong, I love the Minions, but fuck, man, this is overkill.
This must be It's once again beating a dead horse, man.
Because like honestly, there was the Minions movie, and I was like, oh yeah, cool, that makes sense. But then they had that other movie in between. There was a movie before this one. No, I thought there
maybe
was.
Despicable Me 3.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was Despicable Me 1, 2, Minions, Despicable Me 3, now Minions 2.
I'm Googling.
I had no idea this was coming out, by the way, at all.
Minions 2. I'm googling it.
Surely people.
Oh, it is The Rise of Gru. Okay, it is the second one. Okay. Well, yeah, it's just like there's so many. It just feels like it's beating a dead horse.
This must be done, man.
But you know what the thing is, and I understand this. I was watching a video earlier from a YouTuber I like, and he basically was talking about sitcoms and how they beat the dead horse on sitcoms because it must be hard for a studio to walk away from a franchise that makes them a lot of money. Even if it
that's very
ruins the
true.
production quality.
That's very true.
And I think that's the case with this movie. Like, I'm not sure. I'm sure they're great kids movies. Don't get me wrong.
They'll make money though.
Yeah, but like I look at like a franchise like Toy Story, and they separate their movies over different time periods. Where this is like within like 3 years, they've already put out another Minions
But
movie.
to be fair, Toy Story also has. It's a very lighthearted movie and it's for kids, but it has an overarching message. Each one of them in all different. I feel like Minions is one of those movies that just is like made to be funny and for a kid. You know what I mean? Like
That's fair.
Like sure, it will have some sort of a message, but it's not like one that's like. As
It's a kid's movie.
as an adult, you don't go and watch it and be like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I learned something today. You don't think that when you watch a Minions movie,
No.
or I don't.
Well, let's talk about something we're going to learn about.
Yeah.
Hunters is actually an Amazon Prime original.
Yes.
Which is actually, I would actually get a 30-day free trial to watch this.
Sam, give me some people from the cast and the crew just to get people excited about this. Name one of them.
I forgot.
Seriously, what? No, come on, man. Al Pacino.
Oh, Al Pacino, yes.
Al Pacino is in this in this TV show.
Sorry.
Al Pacino's in this
You
TV
put me on
show.
the spot.
I thought you'd get it, man.
I thought look.
The executive producer is Jordan Peele, which probably means it's going to be amazing.
Oh,
Let's be honest.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Jordan Radner's in it. Logan Lerman.
That definitely says Josh Radner.
Josh Radner. Sorry, I was reading
but
that.
You were close.
Jerica Hinton, Tiffany Boone. There's a great cast here, and basically it's about. So this is the synopsis or the description to YouTube.
You couldn't think of it at the top of your head after watching it. No.
So Nazi hunters discover hundreds of high-ranking Nazi officials in 1977 New York City, conspiring to create a Fourth Reich in the US. The hunters set out to bring Nazis to justice and thwart their new genocidal plans. Based on a true story, it looks really, really good.
It does. It really, really does.
So maybe we'll check it out on
Feb 21st.
Yeah, Feb 21st. We might go check it out on Amazon Prime. So that would be really cool. And and next is Sonic. So Sonic had a short where they basically got a bunch of like fast people, like runners, swimmers.
So they had that. Yeah, they had a. No, don't worry. I'm not going to name it.
No,
I could name a couple, but
that's all right. We don't need to know. They had a bunch of fast athletes, and they're like, "Oh yeah."
I was there. I was there. Nick was there. Our mate Nick was there. Yep, currently training for a marathon. Nick was there. I was there.
He currently training for a marathon, but also eats KFC and McDonald's on the same day. Yeah. We love Nick.
And he's clearly taking this marathon training seriously. But continue.
It's a competitive eating tournament.
That's what the marathon is. Anyway, Sonic, yeah.
So it basically has all these athletes are sitting there and like they're all saying like, "Oh yeah, I'm really fast and stuff," but this guy's so much faster. Or something.
I thought it was kind of funny.
It was very funny, very witty, and it just shows.
It gave me a lot of hope for this movie.
It's really given me hope that this movie is going to be very fun.
Yeah,
and it's just going to be like a good story. It's just a good lighthearted story that's very fun. It's going to be a family movie. I think it'll be like similar to Detective Pikachu, except a bit more like lighthearted.
It'd be better.
Yeah, it'd be more lighthearted.
Yeah, I think they showed some action clips from the movie, and I really enjoyed it. Like I didn't know how this action would go because I didn't know if it would be kind of too video gamey, and I don't really want that, to be honest, from this movie. Mm-hmm. Like as in like I don't want to see Sonic bounce like a you know how like he kind of like can bounce like a pinball and shit? I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
But it looked really good. I really loved it. I loved everything about it.
Yeah,
so.
And it's coming in on Valentine's Day. So Jacob, would you like to be my Valentine and go see a Sonic movie?
I will happily be a Valentine. I think Kayla might disagree, but I will happily.
She doesn't have to know. But no, it looks really good, and it's I definitely have hope from this movie, and it's definitely done a full 180 from the first trailer, which people have just forgotten about. But we got to
forget about.
We got to remember that this movie was also going to be the most hated movie of all time if they didn't change it.
Correct.
But good on. Is it Universal?
I feel like yes.
Yeah, I feel like it's
no,
Universal.
It's Paramount.
Paramount. Good on Paramount for actually taking action and changing this.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have done good stuff. And lastly, Marvel.
Yeah.
Marvel killed it with their 30-second ad. It was only 30 seconds, but it featured Falcon the Winter Soldier, WandaVision, and Loki. And holy shit,
oh my lord.
WandaVision has taken a commanding lead for me for my most anticipated show. I was excited for it, don't get me wrong, but like I wasn't losing sleep over it. But now I'm like, holy shit, this is going to be very, very good.
I feel like that was because we literally had no idea what was going to happen. Like genuinely no clue. We just knew that it was going to be wacky and insane. But like with Falcon and Winter Soldier, we obviously know it's going to be about who's going to take the mantle. Loki, we kind of have an idea it's going to be about his hijinks in the alternate MCU universe. But yeah, my lord, man.
Very entertaining trailer.
I feel like we might need to talk about it. Not now, maybe some other time. Maybe when we get a little bit more information, because I feel like a trailer will come out within the next couple months.
Mm-hmm.
But my lord.
Well,
man.
you were pointing out that in the WandaVision trailer they were referencing sitcoms in some instances.
Yeah, so like we know that how they're going to be jumping from sitcoms from different eras, and one of the scenes, I can't describe it, but it looks like the Brady Bunch house. So there's that, and there's another one that kind of looks like Roseanne. That sitcom, and they're both obviously set in different periods. So it's going to be really interesting. And you also pointed out that you see that little dummies for babies. I think there's a different word than dummies. Pacifiers,
yeah.
That will reveal Wiccan and Speed. So that's really cool.
They were teasing that trailer, so it also looked really
good. And I didn't pick that up at all until you pointed that out. So awesome, fine.
Thank you. And then Loki it's confusing me. But I'm all for it.
I want to know what that little symbol on his. It looks like a
straight like a
prison outfit. Yeah. And Falcon and Winter Soldier looks very solid to me. I'm still very excited.
Yeah,
for
it
that.
just looks like a solid show. That one, like, but WandaVision, I think with the whole like sweeping.
We haven't seen it before. That's what it is. We just haven't seen anything like it.
And with the whole, like, they kind of show in this little trailer that Wanda does break reality at times, like, where it's like the Vision residence that's like current day Wanda with like old school Vision. And then I feel like that will lead in the season finale will lead into Multiverse of Madness, and then season 2 will take place, if there is one, after Multiverse of Madness. That's my kind of thinking there.
You'd probably be right.
Because she is going to be, Wanda is going to be in Multiverse of Madness
as a main character as well.
Yeah, so it kind of leads me to believe that the whole breaking of reality thing is going to tie into the show.
It has to.
Yeah.
But yeah, awesome.
Overall,
again, the 30 seconds has just rocked our world, to be honest with you.
Best 30 seconds of my life.
It's so fitting that I just watched Sex Education this week as well, and you've said that. But yeah, no, awesome. Like, just amazing stuff. Shall we move on to Rumour Mill?
We should.
Yeah.
I'm happily. So, only 2 Rumour Mills this one, so I will go first.
Yeah, please do.
Actually, no, you can go first because I'll read the second one. You know more about it. So, you can go first.
Do you want me to? Okay, yeah, alright, okay. So Emily Blunt this week has actually met with Marvel Studios, which is awesome news because I really wanted to play Mrs. Fantastic, but that's a story for another day. She discussed an undisclosed role with them, which parallels also some other rumors we've been hearing all week, and this is probably the strongest rumor I've heard thus far. That Clea will actually debut in the MCU. So Sam, can you just give me a bit of backstory on Clea and then maybe talk about her?
So Clea, she was born of an affair between Prince Ormini and leader of the Mercs, I think that's how you say it, and the legitimate heir to the Dark Dimension, which is where Dormammu comes from,
the leader of the Dark Dimension.
Yeah, well, he was in the first Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah, so that actually lines up, like that's straight from the comics. That actually lines up with what we've seen in the Marvel Universe, which is really interesting.
So she is the heir to the throne, and apparently she helps Doctor Strange I think it's in the comics.
Yes.
She helps Doctor Strange defeat Dormammu and takes the throne. She also falls in love with Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
That's basically...
So that's really interesting. Incredibly interesting, I actually think.
So maybe Dormammu is in Doctor Strange, the second one.
I find it hard to believe we wouldn't see him because it'll be so many dimension hopping. I doubt he'll go to the Dark Dimension and not see him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But basically, she's from the Dark Dimension, and yeah...
It's going to be, I would love to see her tied into this, especially if Emily Blunt is the one playing her.
Yeah, well, the rumors have surrounded, like, these Emily Blunt, like, meeting has come out around the same time as these rumors started surfacing.
Yeah. Maybe
that is because that she went that these rumors started, like, popping up.
And sorry, you go.
Yeah, I was saying, but also, like, X-Men and Fantastic Four is also going to be a future thing, so maybe your... theory as well could be true.
Yeah, well, like the thing is as well, like I feel like with an actress like Emily Blunt, I mean, and actually now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like it could go either way because she's not a young actress, so I don't know if she'd want to be tied down to a big future role with Marvel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She has worked at Disney before, but. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know if she want to be tied down, but then I'm also like, but you've got Emily Blunt, so why would you only have her in for 1 or 2 movies?
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like she'd play a very significant role.
But it could be like the Eternals kind of thing. Like, I'm sure they'll appear in future movies, but it's not as frequent as like Thor or like a main character.
That's true. I mean, Angelina Jolie's in. Yeah, that's fair. I could say that then.
Yeah.
Happening. Yeah.
All right, cool. Okay. Moving on.
That's you, mate.
Oh, yeah. So the Bad Boys for Life directors have had a meeting with Marvel about possibly directing a future project. So seeing as though Bad Boys movies are buddy cop movies, are there any particular characters you would like these directors to center a movie around? I have an answer, but I want you to go first.
You have an answer? This is a tough question for me. I feel like it'd be real. I said something in our group chat about this.
I forgot.
I think I said straight away, and I don't remember who I said straight away. Can you give your answer and just give me a little bit of a second to think?
I would like to see an Ant-Man movie with Luis as in a more prominent role. I think that whole crew back again with these directors would be awesome. Whether it's like an old, like, I don't know what it would be because I feel like Ant-Man's more progressed as a character.
You'd have to go heist movie, but
yeah, like what would the heist be?
Illegal. You could do a heist movie, I think, even with Ant-Man as he is today.
But what would he be heisting? Like, what would he be like?
Something of real importance. I don't know, but I think you could do it. I don't know what though. I think you could do it though.
Yeah, but I feel like I'd love to see him as an Ant-Man project, because I feel like Luis and that whole crew there, like the whole team, are well fitted to like the kind of the bad boy style, like it's like action comedy.
Yeah. I definitely think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
I could see something like a Nova Corps movie where you've got like the original Nova, and then I don't know who you'd have with him, but on the journey, but something like that would be kind of cool. I definitely said something in the group. Can you give me a second to look that up?
Sure.
Stall for me.
Okay. Well, I'll
be really quick. If I can't find it in like 2 seconds, I'll just move on.
Okay. Well, in saying that, it also gives the option, as there isn't apparently a scene where Luis recaps the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I would love to see that be featured in this movie, and I feel like those directors would prove it. Even Korg from Thor Ragnarok would be interesting to see him feature in a movie with like these kind of directors. I'm just trying to think of any characters that really have any like humorous tone to them, like they're meant to be funny, and that's their primary focus. But I can't, like, I would obviously, like, Guardians would also be like up there, but you know, that's James Gunn's thing. I don't want to take away from James Gunn.
I think you're definitely right with that one. Okay, I can't find it, but I had a really good one, I think, because I was really happy with my decision. But anyway, moving on. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah. someone.
All right, are we moving on?
Yeah.
All right,
let's definitely move on.
Okay, cool. So, next we're doing our little creative topic of this week. First one of its kind. It's just kind of like we just feel like the podcast. We just want to be interesting.
We're just getting creative. We're putting our minds to the test more than ever, and to be honest, I don't think it's going to go very well. But we're going to keep trying it anyway.
We just want to be dudes that talk about movies. That's all. And so we're talking about movies.
Yeah.
So this is our first one. We're
trying to flex our knowledge. Quickly.
So if you could change the end of a movie, which one would it be and why? And I'll let you start with this one. Okay. So my one is Suicide Squad from 2016. So I just want to say quickly as well, just off the bat right here, I wouldn't fix the whole movie. It's not just the ending, but seeing as though we're doing just the ending, I'm just going to stick with that. And like, no, you know what, dude, do whatever you want. Like, you know, I'm passing you the floor here.
Okay, well, parts of my pitch, I suppose, for the end of it, do kind of harpen back to things that happen towards the beginning and whatnot. But I'm just going to focus on the ending. It's not going to be a perfect movie, but it'll be better than it actually is now. So like to fix it, it kind of has to start from in Act 2 when Enchantress finds her brother and creates that CGI army. Just horrible idea. It's not believable. One of my biggest problems with this movie is that the fact that they think the Suicide Squad is the right group of people to beat a magical however old Enchantress with magic powers. Doesn't make sense to me, man. Why would you bring in them? You know, my first instinct would definitely be Batman or Superman, and even then I'd be like, oh fuck, she's pretty powerful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that kind of sets the tone, like why and what is going on. So I think if you get rid of the brother out of it completely and get rid of the CGI army as such, then you've got a much better slate for the end of the movie. So also what they do is they have that massive spiral at the end of the movie that she's doing, that you said, I can't remember what it was exactly, but it was to create her army or whatever to take over the world. Again, a lot of other movies done that, specifically Ninja Turtles 2. I don't know if you remember that one, but they do the exact same thing with this massive thing in the sky. Just get rid of it, man. You don't need it. Like, it's just CGI nonsense that people can't really make out. Like, I don't know why they thought someone would want to view it. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, so basically, if you just dumb down the powers of the Enchantress and make her a much more realistic villain for the Suicide Squad to fight, then you've kind of set yourself up for even a better ending in terms of drama, in terms of action, in terms of everything. Like, it's much more satisfying that they could actually beat this villain. So that's mostly where I would start with that. I would probably make the Enchantress into like a Doctor Strange kind of type, in the sense that she's got like magic shields, magic weapons, and her arrangement of spells is much smaller and it's not as powerful as she actually is in this film. Yeah. To kind of coincide with what I just said. Instead of the floating pile of trash, just have her sit in like a throne room. So you know that, I don't know what that building is that she makes her little, you know the building I'm talking about. Yeah. Where she starts that off. Just make that much bigger and like different passageways to kind of get to her. So it's like a maze to get, like in a video game. Like it's a maze, you got to get through a wave of enemies and whatnot to get through there. rather than the pile of trash. Just get rid of that all together. The Suicide Squad then have to kind of make their way through the different stages, and the areas that she's kind of trapped and made, I suppose.
Yep.
With that CGI army as well, instead of having just full CGI. And what the hell is that, by the way? Just bubbles on their face. Get them half human, half zombified kind of things. Maybe not zombie, but you know what I mean. Not looking like an actual human, but still mind controlled, and have them guard the throne room essentially. Right. Much more realistic for the villains like Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang, Deadshot, Rick Flag, and Killer Croc to actually fight, because they're all melee characters. You know what I mean? Obviously the squad will end up so at the top of her throne is going to be her heart. So she doesn't actually have her heart in her. The heart is at the top of the throne. That's why she sits on the throne and whatnot, because it's close to her. Yep. Obviously the squad's going to end up getting the heart back and beating Enchantress. That's a given. And then Enchantress will kind of just get trapped back underground in some sort of jail that's much more secure than it was in the last one that Waller has control of. The ending would kind of be it would be a good send off to the original squad. So it would see each of the member of the squad kind of get time taken off their sentence as they were promised, and they're actually given 1 week out of prison as a reward, but they're still monitored and they're still viewed. The ending would be that Waller actually catches Deadshot doing something that has to land him back in jail earlier than his week, so therefore he'd kind of be again the leader in number 2. And the second movie's teased with that, and it's also teased with new criminals and new villains from the DC's Rogues Gallery being captured by Waller and being thrown into a thing, and then the ending will be Waller beginning her speech talking about Task Force X to the new batch and Deadshot.
Right.
But that's how I'd kind of fix it. There's definitely some things that I need to add, need to fix, whatnot, but I just feel like just don't create a massive CGI mess, especially for characters and anti-heroes that have to fight with hand-to-hand combat and melee weapons and guns and realistic weapons. You know what I mean? It just, I don't know. It's just riddled with problems. That's all I got.
Fair enough. All right. So I'm surprised you didn't do Batman v Superman. You talk about that movie probably once every second week.
Yeah, but I like parts of Batman v Superman. I don't think it deserves as much hate as it gets, because I like the whole Doomsday twist and whatnot. I just think they could have done it a little bit better. But I think I think Suicide Squad is genuinely trash. So
fair enough.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
The movie's one of those things that's floating around.
Jesus. All right.
Let's hear yours.
My turn.
Yeah.
John Wick 4.
Okay.
Now, I know this movie has not come out yet, but I know that they will not do this because it's way too ballsy.
I read I didn't read the whole thing, but
so
I read what it is.
So basically, this is a theory that's been going on for the last 3 movies, but John Wick,
of them.
Since John Wick 2, this theory's been going around. However, it has been confirmed that John Wick 4 is the last John Wick. So it's their last opportunity to do this. And this is that John Wick 4 John Wick, the whole series, is related to The Matrix in some way. Now, same people have worked on this movie. Obviously, Keanu Reeves is Neo, and he's also John Wick. Yep. So that's that connection. And characters from The Matrix have also been in John Wick. Mm-hmm. Forgot his name.
Lawrence Fishburne?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep.
And there's also been other connections which was seen in movies. So how I would want the movie to end, would you prefer me to say why I think this will, what I would like to happen, or what connections we've made thus far?
Wait, what was the first option?
What I would want the John Wick 4 ending to be.
Nah, bit of both.
All right.
Bit of both. So give me the connections and then give me
the connections that people have established. In John Wick 3, he's killing people in the street. So they're in the street, they're fighting like nothing's ever happened. They're fighting and they're killing each other and they're all going through.
I will give you that, yes.
And the people in the streets just don't really react.
There's that scene in the train station where he stabs the person and nothing. Yeah,
and all these characters don't really react like they're programs in a simulation. So that's the first one. There's also, this is an extended thing, and I actually went to Reddit to help me with this theory. So thank you, Reddit. And in John Wick, and in the Matrix Revelations, Trinity, she dies. And in the start of John Wick 1, we are focusing on his recently deceased wife. because Neo is quote unquote the one, he could bring back some. Theoretically, he could bring some of his memories from the Matrix into his real life, which is his dead wife, and Trinity didn't want him to be sad in the times of her death, so the puppy is that kind of symbolism that she brought to him from the Matrix into real life. Okay. Yeah, and then also the assassins. Like in the John Wick movies, all the assassins kind of act like they're away from the real world. Like it's just like as if you enter the hotel or you enter like somewhere, it's kind of like they're different from the real world.
Okay.
You kind of get what I'm saying?
No.
Okay. Like all the assassins are kind of like in a world of their own. They don't really react or like
to the real world. Like they do what they have to do, but it's not. Yeah. Okay. I get what you're saying.
It's kind of like they're distant from the real world,
mm-hmm.
even though like it feels like they're in like a different dimension than everybody else in the real world.
Okay.
Of like New York City or whatever.
I understand.
You know
that.
what I mean?
Yeah, I know that. I get that.
So going back to the endings, like so these are small theories. There's a lot more like links that people have made and whatnot. But how I would like John Wick 4 to end is two ways. So the first way it could end is that he beats what he does what he needs to do. He kills who he needs to kill, and then he finds a door, walks through it, and is like, "Welcome back, Neo," and that's how it ends. Or the second one is he dies. John Wick actually dies, and then he wakes up in the Matrix again, and the simulation ends.
I think he's got to die. Just
yeah,
like even with your because I think you've got the connections, and I'm sure there's more
because
this could actually be real.
Yeah, because the Matrix is also coming out the same day, the new movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it isn't. It's like obviously I don't think it's true because both movies are coming out on the same day. So
I think if they weren't making a Matrix 4, it probably had a lot. It probably would. There'd be much more. Oh shit! This could be real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But still, I mean, there's definitely not. It's not outlandish.
It would be very huge to see them interact them. I think it'd be awesome because it's just like it's such a like they're both such big franchises.
Yeah, I think it'd be awesome as well. And plus, I mean, the series is coming out after John Wick about the assassins. So, I mean, how do you tie that in though? Like, do you just have John Wick die?
Well, John Wick's actually not going to be in that one. So
I get that, but like
so what like for people who don't know, what there's actually going to be a TV show called The Continental, which is about the League of Assassins in John Wick, and there's a TV show about it.
Yeah.
But Keanu Reeves is not in.
Oh
that.
no, I know that, but
no, I'm telling everybody that doesn't know.
Sorry, yeah, but you've got to explain his absence. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it could just be his time when he was out of the game.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Because he did leave for a period of time.
That's true.
He did get out, and yeah.
Okay, interesting.
But the question is whether this took place before or after the Matrix. People say before, people say after. That actually run with this theory. But it'd be interesting to see even if they make a reference like to the Matrix. I reckon it'd be cool even if they reference it.
Does the Matrix 4 have a title?
I think so.
Or is it the Matrix 4?
Let's have a look.
Or does it even have a working title? Because you know how some Disney properties, the Marvel properties, have different names when they're being filmed.
Just Matrix 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's okay. Well, that kind of mean
I don't think it has this thing yet. So we'll see.
It's already got a 7.8 out of 10.
It's already got a rating. Apparently,
it's already got a rating. I don't think it's been shot at all.
No.
How is Keanu doing both of these when they're both coming out on the same day?
He's breathtaking.
He must do one really early, then the middle one, and then reshoots if they need.
Well, yeah, who knows?
That must be it. There's no.
Well, they're 2 years away.
He's a busy man.
They're a year away, so
he's a very busy man.
Yeah, I think he's just doing different days on either one because they're both in production.
You can't do but he couldn't do. No way.
I don't know.
There is no way that each company. Actually, are they both Warner Brothers?
The Matrix is like you can kind of film anywhere, I guess. Not anywhere, but like...
Yeah, but like there's no way you could split your time day by day doing two different films. That wouldn't be like you wouldn't be getting the full you wouldn't be getting the full Keanu Reeves for both of them.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just a talented man, I guess. I don't know what to say.
Lens to the theory, lens to your ending.
He's in a simulation.
Lens to your ending. He's just filming both because they're both happening simultaneously.
Parallel universes and they intertwine at the end of each movie.
Mate, I'm so smart.
We're onto something here.
We're onto something.
How could you not like this theory?
I like your ending, actually. That'd be really cool. I think it'd be awesome. I haven't seen any Matrix movies, so I'm just going about this blind.
That's where you're going wrong.
Yeah,
you need to watch the Matrix.
I'm listening to this stuff like, I know who Neo is. Yeah, I know who Morbius is. I know who all these people are. I got no idea who any of
Can
these
you please
people
watch the movies? Because then this theory will blow you away.
I think I started to watch The Matrix on Netflix and I just stopped.
The first one was a bit hard to watch. I will admit that. It was very slow.
Yeah. Look, I like your theory. I think it'd be cool. Not theory. I think it'd be a cool way to end John Wick 4. But also, I'm not gonna be mad if it's not.
Yeah,
because I like John Wick as a series. It's actually an unreal series.
Yeah, they've done very well with them. And I'm happy they're ending it on 4. I think 3 could have been the end.
I think 3 could have been. If 4's not good.
I know if 4's not good, it's gonna break my heart.
If 4 is anything less than what 3 is, because me personally, I think 3 is the best.
3 was really good.
3 is my favorite.
If 4's not as good, I'll be disappointed.
3 is my favorite, but I think 3 is also the one that's reviewed the worst. Which, whatever, all 3 are amazing. So whatever.
My favorite's the first, and then the third, then the second.
I go 3, 2, 1.
Really?
Yeah, I go 3, 2, 1.
I'm 1, 3, 2.
Okay.
Well, agree to disagree. They're all really good.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're all really good. So you can anyone can make an argument for any of them, and I'd be like, yeah, fine, that's cool. I don't mind. Yeah. But if 4 is anything less than it depends. I say 3 because I know 3 is probably the worst received overall. Not by much, but it's the worst received overall. Yeah. So if 4 is anything less than 3, it's going to be like, why didn't you end it? Yeah.
I mean, 1's my favorite purely for the club scene. Or where he goes to find him in the club. That scene.
Yes.
Where he's in the club and fighting through. That's my favorite scene of all time from the movies out of all 3. So
my favorite is probably the one with Halle Berry when they're with the dogs.
That's my second favorite scene.
That is insane.
That's a good scene too.
I think a lot of that's one take as well.
Phenomenal. That's why he's doing 2 movies. He can do it all.
My lord, man.
But yeah, no, that's all we have to say. I hope if you guys want to see more creative topics or something, let us know because we actually really want to do them.
Yeah, we're exploring different ideas every week. So
yeah, we like to bring in the clickbait with the current news and titles, and then we go to whatever we want to do just for the listens, for the plays.
Correct.
But that is it for this week. Birds of Prey, we're going to see this week. We're going to see it.
I'm saying Saturday night.
I'm saying Thursday night. You can do it. Or you can't do Thursday night.
No, I can do Thursday night, actually. I can do after 7 o'clock.
Well, 8:30, lock it in.
All right, we'll go.
Fantastic.
But I have work 6:30 on Friday.
No, we'll go 7:30.
Okay, fine.
I finish work at 3, so
okay, we'll do it. We'll do Thursday night Birds of Prey. Brian will be there. He'll probably talk about how he hasn't seen us in months, even though we saw him Sunday. But Brian will be there. We're going to enjoy the movie. It's received a lot of positive reviews.
Yes, the first reviews did come out after a premiere in London. It's received very well so far.
But to burst the bubble a tiny little bit, Batman v Superman also received a standing ovation, even though it was by the Warner Brothers executives, and Suicide Squad also received very good reviews from early screenings. So
true. A lot of the reviews have been focused around Margot Robbie though, which is good.
I've heard Margot Robbie and Ewan McGregor are insane.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too.
And then Huntress and who's the other one?
I forgot.
Canary are still good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Apparently, the acting is phenomenal from everybody, which is great to see.
But that's not what I want to see. That's what I expect. The acting in all the movies has been very good. It's not the acting, it's the story. And that's really what I'm scared about in every DC movie.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what? There hasn't been any complaints about the story. When people talk about their negatives, the story hasn't been involved.
Still, I can't.
Stop being negative.
I can't trust, I have to be.
I mean, I don't blame you.
Prove me wrong, Warner Brothers. You've only done it with Shazam.
This is true, actually.
And Wonder Woman. That's it. That's all you've done it for me with. All right?
I liked Man of Steel too.
You've had...
It's a bit old,
okay,
but
yeah.
I like Man of Steel.
You've had glimmers of hope with Man of Steel, BVS, and Aquaman, but you've also bombed with Suicide Squad, Justice League, and a lot of other people think BVS. So, come on, man. Just give me something. Give me something.
Give me the Snyder Cut and give me a good Birds of
Prey. Give me some hope, please.
Well, that's what Superman stands for.
Actually, just quickly before we go, the Arrow finished.
Yeah, I heard
it's all done. I think I want to watch it.
I do not.
I've watched till end of season 5.
Well,
and season 8 is big.
I heard what happened.
So have I.
Oh, okay.
Brian and I love it. Well, we used to love it, not anymore.
My problem is I tried to watch The Flash. After you convinced me, I watched the first season of The Flash, and they're
Which is okay.
Yeah, but no, the problem was it was 25 or 23 episodes, and they were all 1 hour each. Yeah. And for me to get to that first season was like a fucking it was like a marathon.
No, that's
I was like, there's 4 more seasons of this. I can't do it, and so I just gave up.
See, Brian and I watched it when they were coming out weekly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
So
think
even
I've
like
missed the boat.
that's kind of why I'm even hesitant to finish off Arrow because
Yeah, it's just too much
Nope.
for me. It's too much for me. And
Don't
then
wanna do that.
there's Arrow, there's all these other
oh,
shows.
I wouldn't watch the other shows. I don't give a shit about the other shows. I know Supergirl is a hot piece of trash.
Wow.
I'm not calling it hot. I mean it's just terrible.
Right.
It's a horrible show.
But then there's Crisis on Infinite Earth. There's just a whole bunch of things.
I do want to watch Crossover.
I do, yeah.
It
Maybe we'll
seems
just skip
good,
to
the
that.
cross-
Maybe I'll just watch a recap on everything and just
Okay,
go straight.
let's do it. Fine.
Skip the Crisis. All right, but anyway,
Yeah.
Any other concluding remarks?
I'm gonna do this bit because I like talking.
I know you did tell me this.
I really want to do this bit. If you haven't seen our social medias lately, we're currently still doing the best sitcom vote from the fans. We're up to the second last round.
Yeah.
Third last round.
Round of eight,
So
yes.
go and check it out at TRSM Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
By the time this is out, though,
We will be up to
over.
round. We'll be up to the second
final
last
four.
round.
It'll be
So
the final four.
yeah. So look, if you want to have a cast a vote, please go and do it because we definitely appreciate any and every fan vote and fan like and anything really to do with the
A fan
fans.
vote sounds like we're above them.
Yeah, but that's not what I mean at all.
Community
We're below.
contributions.
Yeah, I like that much better. So go check it out at TRSM Podcast. Post a lot of good stuff. Talked about Owen Wilson being cast in the Loki series. Talked about a whole lot of different stuff. So go check it out. We talked about James Gunn talking about Guardians 3. So just go check it out, man.
Where can we find TRSM Podcast, Jacob?
We can find it on Instagram. Well, we can find it on social media, number one. We can find it on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And then you can also listen to it or watch it on YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, and Apple. So
Wow. Amazing.
it just anything and everything, or Buzzsprout, anything and everything. So go check it out. Go listen to it. Go listen to previous episodes. Go listen to new episodes. Just go listen to something or watch it. I don't care.
All right, cool. Well, yeah, that's it for the Regular Size Man podcast, episode 34. We hope you guys definitely enjoyed, and we will see you guys next week. Have a good one.
See you guys.